Finally, Movsar Evloev is tired of waiting. The unbeaten featherweight has stated that Alexander Volkanovski is his next target. To put it another way, the UFC may continue to postpone his title shot because he doesn't have any finishes. But few can argue with done on a resume. He Mozern, huh? Mozar's winning streak is no joke. He has defeated former bantamweight Aljamain Sterling, outworked the usually tough Arnold Allen, and even defeated Diego Lopez. Exciting. That cushioning. To earn your shot, simply set a record. In the meantime, Volk and came short have already seen Kontan Yairika and Jairo Rodriguez. And let's face it, the fans aren't exactly demanding a rematch. ATC Mozart Volksvolk is one of the most intriguing pieces of art in terms of style. Vog, one of the few champions who can combine elite with rock-solid rock wrestling, is no slouch in that regard either. But Movar is a relentless chain wrestling machine with control. Composing, this would be more than just grappling. Grappling is a high-level chess match between two of the division's most versatile combatants.
I'm ready even for next week. So, but I'm respect him so much. So whenever he won the fight, okay, even if I have wait till end of the year, I'll wait for him because he deserves it. To be honest, it was good fight, like very smart fight from Alex, and Diego did more than I expected from him. It was like a good defense of wrestling, but with me, he's not gonna defend my takedowns, never. And this guy can hold the punch, right? We like see Volkanovski hit him so many times. And
why do you think they're not just like more excited? Do you think it's because you haven't finished anyone in the UFC yet? Do you think that's what's holding you back?
I don't know, maybe because the only thing they can talk is just I have no finish. So.
Yeah.
Big Josh Thompson and John McCarthy both agree that Movsar Evloev is deserving of a chance at the championship. The notion that Gene Silva ought to be Volkanovski's next target was rejected by both men, who saw it as at best premature. Although Silva's thrilling victory against Bryce Mitchell recently propelled him into the top 15, let's face it, one ranked victory does not guarantee a title opportunity, particularly in a class as stacked as featherweight. Muff, on the other hand, has been slicing through the ranks, subtly eliminating opponents of the highest caliber without making any noise. Yes, Jean Silva is definitely exciting. Although he has knockout power and a fan-friendly fighting style, the UFC shouldn't overlook someone just because they're ostentatious. Evloev should be the one to take on Volk next. If meritocracy is still important, he has done the work. What are your thoughts? Who would you like to see Jan Silva fight next in a packed featherweight category? And will Movsar Evloev finally have a chance to win the title? Post yours below. Ents Bell tensions.
So the guy that's there is Evloev. That's the guy.
It's true. I think it is him, and I'm going to throw this out there because a lot of people were talking about it because of his performance over Bryce Mitchell with Sean Silva. It's just too big of a jump. I mean, like
you take a look at go and take a look at Sean Silva and the people that he's fought. Okay, he went up in weight and fought Drew Dober and things like that, and that's great. But you are making a huge jump from Bryce Mitchell to, which is the best, you know, if you're going to look and say, well, best record wise and everything, that's the best that he has faced. But it's a huge jump from Bryce Mitchell to Volkanovski. It's easy to match up the undefeated fighter, not just undefeated in the UFC, undefeated in his career in Evloev. That's the easiest one. And then give Jean Silva another fight, top contender. Let's see how he does.
Given the furious backstage altercation between Alex Pereira and Ankalaev A314 FC 314 that almost blew over on the Ruchinal, tensions in the light heavyweight class are obviously on the rise. The MA channel, the two top light heavyweights met behind the scenes and instantly, according to Ushataka, the first news organization to report the story. Ankalaev's companion claims that the first escalation was a stare-down that escalated into an altercation. Both guys started to go closer before their teams intervened swiftly to defuse the situation. Country. Since neither Pereira nor speak fluently, it is difficult to tell exactly what was said, which only heightens the intrigue of this face-off. In a follow-up interview, Taika Usha Uncle provided a brief confirmation of the meeting. When short, in response to the question of whether the two backstage backs near the backstage area were real, Riku, yes, the hallway was the location, the hellway. He understood it wasn't geophysical or physical, but we exchanged anything when he was out with a group of his people. Uncle didn't elaborate, but the fact that these two are already escalating their feud behind the scenes adds intrigue to the prospect of a rematch inside the octagon. A rematch now appears to be both feasible and nearly inevitable. Dana White, the president of the UFC, has already made hints that it will happen next. The two fighters are both intrigued. Ankalaev wants to establish himself and demonstrate that his first victory wasn't an anomaly. Pereira, the entire Pereira appears eager to run it and never shies away from a challenge. On his throne, the scenario is being set for another thrilling matchup between two of the most dangerous 205 due to their recent face-off and incomplete octagons. Robert Pimbletlet's commanding victory against Michael Chandler at UFC 314 astounds Robert Whittaker. In the most important test of his career, with all eyes on him, the Batty destroyed the previous challenger in a finish that wasn't just hot. A few pictures of Patty is blatantly cruel in her growls. Once out, ruthless. He didn't have Chandler pressure once that battle got on the ground. Instead, he had elbows, punches, and punch pressure. Violence was Chandler's only option. Violence, Patty, ugh. Patty's enhanced appearance and sharpness astounded everyone. Take a look. However, stand-up was the most notable. The stand-up. When he arrived, the man had a lot more patience, smoother movement, combos, and movement than ever before. This was a more mature, composed version of Wild Pat Past.
Mate, Paddy's outstanding.
Yeah.
I've been on his bandwagon since he came back.
Yeah.
From like he never left, but you know what I'm talking about.
He had that dip,
fall
yeah,
from
yeah.
grace,
Yeah.
right. Since then, since he switched on and he started just putting a beating on people, and he stopped mucking around as much. I just love seeing what he's doing, and you can see that the harder the competition, the more you're getting out of Paddy.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt in my mind that that wasn't the best version of Chandler we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
That was a Chandler that looked like he's sick of getting hit. He's sick of the work that it takes to get there. He's a little gun shy. He looks like he's kind of over it. That's the vibe I got from him.
Mm-hmm.
He was making Chandler pay for every step he took. When he would move forward, he would piece him up. When he'd move away, he would piece him up. Like it was so impressive.